Stephanie Galvan Russell, and I'm going to tell you about one of my absolute favorite resources to use to share what's going on in my library, and that is, as you can see on my screen, Smore. Smore is this amazing tool that helps you create amazing newsletters that look professionally done, that are so easy to use. I love, 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 love it. It has made my library newsletters so much more organized and really pretty and just great and wonderful looking in general. I get so many compliments on them, and I tell everybody I use Smore. It's not me. Smore makes it so easy to get everything that's going on into one organized, gorgeous place. So I'm going to walk you through how I do one of my newsletters and show you some tips and tricks, as well as why I love Smore so much. So you can see up here at the top, educators get a special price for Smore. I use the paid version. I asked my principal if she would allow me to use part of my library budget to pay for Smore, because I showed her how I use Smore, how I use it for advocacy. I share what's going on in my library with my community, with all of the librarians in my district, with the district. I share what's going on constantly, and I could not do it as well as I do without my newsletters with Smore. And so she saw the value that is Smore. And you can see on the screen that it is less than $7 a month. But also, if you get more than 15 people on your campus to also use Smore and sign up, then you get it at a discounted rate. As librarians, we have to do our end of year report, and it's so much easier to just go through all my newsletters and see, oh, I did this in August, I did this in December, and so on, instead of having to go through everything I've done and all of my calendars. So I really, really like Smore, and I really see the value in the paid version. If you're not familiar with Smore already, it makes it so easy to just start a newsletter. You just click start a newsletter. But pro tip, what I do is I go to my newsletter, and this is my back end. And all I do every month is I go to that says April because I made it in April instead of March. Sorry. I go to the options menu and I just duplicate every month. And I just build off of what I did the month before and change things out. So each newsletter that I make has the same general setup, but the individual things that I did that month are different. So you can see already how February's calendar is different from March's calendar. So again, using the paid version, I can see everything that I've done since using the paid version. So I've got my November, December, January, February, and March newsletters. This says April, but I waited until April 1st instead of doing it at the end of March. You can also see the last time that you worked on it. So if you need a reminder and tell yourself, hey, I haven't worked on that in like a week and now it's a new month, or haven't worked on that in a while, you can see the last time you worked on your newsletter. You can also see how many people have liked it and how many views you've gotten. So I also really like that I get an email whenever my newsletters have reached like a milestone. Smore will send you an email when you've got 50 views and 100 views. I've not gone over 100 yet, so we'll see what comes after that. But it's really, really cool because you can see how many views your newsletter has gotten and how big your impact is on your community. And from there, you can get that impact in your library. So this would be a really cool way to share what you're doing with your PTA, with a newspaper, with literally anyone, because they make it so easy to share your newsletter. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's my most recent newsletter, and it's so easy to share, y'all. I cannot with how easy it is. This is our library news, the month that we're talking about. It's got my calendar. And all this is a Google slide presentation, and I saved the one slide as a JPEG and just inserted it here. Then I've got some quick facts about how many books were circulated that month, how many individual library visits happened, the average per day, how many classes I did, an average of how many students received instructions, and depending on what else went on, I'll share like how many book talks I did, how many PD things I did, just little snippets, quick information. So then I have that this month is School Library Month, and this came from American Association of School Libraries. And again, that's just a JPEG that I inserted there. Put in some information about School Library Month, some of our new books, another picture I inserted, some quick text about what we've been doing. Our book fair was this month. Our lunch and learn with some pictures. And then I started this RSVP, and so far I've heard that this is really cool. So you put in your invitation to your event happening, and then if you have the paid version, they can directly RSVP in your newsletter, and then you'll get the responses. The free version, you can only make the event, not receive responses. So, and then I include another Google slide picture as a link to what the presentation is, what's coming up in my library, and then next month, which is this month's calendar. I include some extra information about what's coming up in our district, friendly reminders about the library, and some links for everybody that would want different information. This is our About section that I love, 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 love. It is a really easy way to get all of your contact information in one place. You can put your picture here, you could put a Bitmoji, you could put a picture of your school, anything. And then I like to include what I'm currently reading. Again, this is another Google slide that I saved as a JPEG. Pop in my Bitmoji. Boom, there you go. So everything is down here. The add more stuff is all down here. It's really easy. All I have to do if I want to add something is click and edit it. So let's say I want to add, this is an example bubble, something cool going on in the library this month. Blah, blah, blah. Let's say that you want to add a link to this, right? So I would just highlight whatever I want to add as a link and link it. You can also make it an email address or unlink it. There's your regular formatting options, bold, italicized, underline, everything that you would normally see, and then it's there. Then you would just move this wherever you want it in your newsletter. It makes it so easy to make a really cool newsletter. When you want to add pictures, you have an option. Do you want to do one big picture or smaller pictures? The photo gallery lets you put in a set of 3. So you can click that and then pop them in there. You also get to add a title and a caption, or just one or the other. And then each one will be shown this size. So you can see, you can just add them in there. I really like to use the big photo for something that I want someone to pay attention to. And then I use the small photos like this for something where there's a lot going on in one space. But you can see how the title is bigger font than what the caption is. This is where I added my event, and you can see again, the event RSVP collection information is part of the paid version. Otherwise, you can add your event in there. You can add an audio file, you can embed a link, you can put in a form, very similar to your Google Forms. You can just pop in a new title with a link, or you can just add in the information. So that looks like this. This is just a title where I have the save the dates. But because I didn't have anything else to say other than what I wanted to be seen under the picture, I just did a regular title. You can add your biography, and that is where what my about is. It's a biography with my title, which is about the library, and then I have all the links right here. So easy to collect all your stuff in one place. You can add a video, you can add a button, and then if you've got the paid version, you can add a file. So let's say you found a really cool PDF of something that you want to share with your community, you would just add it in there and then they can download it. Mind-blowing. So cool. So then when I'm done, I just go in and share this link on everything. I put it on Twitter, I put it in our email blasts, I put it on my Facebook, I put it on my website, I put it on my library website. It goes everywhere. And I love it because I love when other people come up to me and they say, oh my gosh, Stephanie, we saw your newsletter. You're doing so much. Your library looks amazing. Way to go. You're doing a lot. And in my head, I'm going, I feel like I didn't do that much. But thank you, because I definitely did do a lot. And I love sharing what we're doing in the library because so many people think that we're just books, and we know that we're not. We're so much more. So it is great to be able to advocate for myself by showing people, look at the really cool stuff we've got going on in the library. You can also see your analytics. Look at this. This is amazing. For who exactly has seen your newsletter, so you can spend some more time on that if you want to. You can also send yourself that report, see who's been looking at your location, where these links, the links that I have in my newsletter, and how many people have clicked them. It is so cool. And honestly, I feel like I've barely touched the surface on all the cool stuff that Smore can do. And I'm definitely going to keep using it forever because I see how it is valuable in my library. And I love when people see it as well and see the cool things that I'm doing thanks to Smore and my newsletters.